Hi, and welcome to Teaching Your Child's first course, Those Who Can Teach Their Children. It's all about what good teachers do and how they do it. This is our journaling module.
As a prerequisite to our course, it's important that you read the TYC guide. We've provided a free download link for you here.
In this module, we're going to cover the who, what, where, when of journaling, why and when to revisit your journals. So, journaling usually takes place after the lesson. So congratulations, you've finished. And if you're like most homeschooling parents, you do not have very much time in between lessons. So our suggestion is that you take a lesson plan book with a lot of space, have a lot of space on your smartphone or your computer. Here are some pictures of things that we like to use at the Bills family household. Paper calendars may be old, but they are still a favorite around here. We like to get them so that they have a lot of extra space on the weekly cutouts. We also like to use this app. It's a note-taking app. I love this reminder app. It's a lovely little checklist that I can mark off every day. Also, I don't always have time to write, or nor do I want to type on a little tiny keyboard on my smartphone. So a voice memo is a great way to set reminders of the things I want to journal about. Evernote's a great app. I use this with my lesson planning with my older child, and it's really great because I can snap pictures of things that worked or type in areas that I need to recover. So that's what we use in the Bills family, but let's teach you how and when and why to journal. So first off, we want to journal in color. That means that each child has a different color, or if you volunteer at a co-op, each class is going to have a different color. Now we do this so that it's easily identifiable when you're wanting to go back and revisit your journals. Some journaling materials, aside from a pencil, if I'm using paper, I like to use pencil on my journaling. For example, I have been teaching government or economics with my daughter. I can pencil in, hey, for this day, we actually didn't do what I planned. We watched the news. Or I could say something like, we spent so much time doing art and reading today, and we had a great long discussion on current events and the impacts that they may have in the world around us. Some other journal materials would be, of course, to have paper. Lesson plan book or notebook. I showed you some of the ones I like to use. For smart devices, Evernote, Notepad, Voice Memo work really well. The thing that we like about Evernote is it does connect to our children's smart device that we're using. So it's a great way to share. So when they're independent working, they can see what is planned for them for that week. So what to jot down when we journal? What is it that we need to write? We want to go over what worked and what didn't work. Things we might want to revisit in teaching. Interesting caveats into another subject. Attitudes. The time we started, if it's out of the ordinary, or if there's if you're testing their patterns in their learning, or patterns in their eating attitude and who worked great together and who didn't. If something needs to be done in an independent study, and what teachable moments might have occurred during the lesson. If your lesson blew way off course, you're going to want to journal that. Questions that the kids have, questions you have. Things that the kids want to research further, or things you might want to research for yourself. You're going to want to note down time sucks, things that ate away at your momentum or your smoothness or your with itness. Things you might needed to have fragmented better. Things that you breezed past, stuff that was way too easy. Things that you wanted to go more into depth with. Maybe there was a connective path of teaching that you saw in the middle of your lesson plan and that you didn't previously get in your curriculum weaving or in your lesson planning. And so in your journaling, you're going to want to write those down. Or funny things that may have happened. It's always great to see the good memories.